YouTube. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, you guys. It is currently 1:30 p.m. It's going on 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. Hey, you guys. Hey, what is good? It is Ty, and welcome back. I am Talks with Ty. I'm Ty Guidance. I will consider myself just a vessel. So that being said, make sure you guys are following me on my Instagram and Twitter and on TikTok. I officially have a TikTok at Ty_guidance. I will leave that right now in the chat. And fun fact, you guys, I'm getting my voice back for those of you who may or may not know. But for those of you who are joining, welcome or welcome back. It is currently like I said, it's going on 1:30 p.m. It is Thursday, I believe. Today is the last day of June. It is June 30th. So yes, as people come in and out the chat, I'm gonna let you guys get situated and I'm back. But you guys, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Ty_guidance because that's where I'm going to be at. And in this video, I'm going to be letting you guys know that all social platforms. And I will be going live for the rest of today. So with that being said, welcome or welcome back. Let me go ahead and go on my Instagram and my other social medias and just inform everyone that I'm currently on live. And if you're not, like I said, already following me, go ahead and do that. So share, copy link, copy link, copy link, copy link, copy link, copy link, copy link. It is 1:30. Well, in 1 minute, and I've been saying that since the beginning of this video. So in approximately 30 seconds, it will be 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is Thursday, June 30th, the last day of June. And I'm not a multitasker, you guys, so really quickly, I'm going to go ahead, post this information, and let people join in as people come in and out the chat. I've only seen a couple people, and there's one person currently in the chat now. So other than the people who are already in the chat right now, other than the people who are coming in and out, give me one moment. I will let everybody know that I'm on live. And as the lives progress or continue, I base it off of interaction. So the more people interact, the more people are expressing themselves, having questions, or just any form of communication, I will continue to stay on here. Now, of course, when people leave, or if there's nothing I feel like that could be addressed or advised or suggested, because once again, on this channel, if I did not state it already, I suggest and advise information. And I don't think I did. So let me go ahead, like I said, post this information, just letting people know that I'm currently on live, and I will give you guys my undivided attention because I too am a real person. And because I'm a real person, I do things in the most natural way as possible, or the most comfortable way or authentic way to me. And with that being said, what I may think is natural may not be natural to you. So just let me finish really quickly. But you guys, I'm just so excited. I have a lot of emotions. I'm able to understand my emotions, and it's good. It's good for me. So I'm just trying to let Twitter know. Make sure, like I said, you guys are following me on my Instagram, Twitter, and now TikTok at Ty_guidance. I'm trying to fix the lighting. Like right here is the shadow. Then right here is bright. And like the quality, you guys, like, okay, so let me just post this. I have to get a new phone, you guys. I'm already knowing. I've had every single iPhone except for like the first one. So like the 4, but I've had the 5S, the 6, the 7, the 8. They didn't have a 9. I had the 10, like the X. I had the XR, I had the XX Max, and or whatever it's called. And now I have an 11, you guys. I have an 11. So I'm almost done. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, so now let me just go. Within 2 minutes, I'm gonna go on Instagram. Once again, make sure you guys follow me, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Ty_guidance to stay up to date here on YouTube at Talks with TYI Ty. And I'm your host for today and for the rest of however long you and I are supposed to live for. So now, really quickly, I'm going to go on Instagram. After I go on Instagram, I will give you guys my undivided attention, please, attention, and make this video for YouTube because I've been on my phone. I want you guys to know. Okay, so if you guys see me looking, let me move this actually so I can see. So as of right now, I'm currently on live. I've been on live. So for the people in the chat, hey, I've been on live for 5 minutes, going on 6 minutes now. And it took me 6 minutes to start the video, which is okay. The live videos, I usually like to take my time like this anyways. And usually people like to come in and out the chat. Anyways, some of the OGs, they like to be here when I start, but most people like to come in and out the chat. And the real OGs, like I have 3 people who be watching my videos before they start. Shout out to the 3 of you because one person's in the chat right now here. Okay, yeah. So if you guys see me looking away, Instagram, I'm on YouTube. YouTube, I'm on Instagram. Make sure you guys are following me on both. Instagram, I'm currently on live on YouTube. I've been on live, so make sure you guys are following me on YouTube at Talks with Ty. And then for those of you who are on YouTube, if you're not able to see, I have my phone here. As you guys can see, it says live at the top. I'm on live on my Instagram. So I'm just gonna give this a minute or two, and then I need to go ahead and start this YouTube video because I've been on here so far for 7 minutes. So I need to start the video soon. But make sure you guys are following me on all platforms. All of my pages have officially been off of private, but with that being said, I have been blocking people and I have been unfollowing people. And something I'm gonna be talking about in today's video is the one band, one sound movement, meaning everybody gets one opportunity in life. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start the video now on YouTube. For those of you who are following me on Instagram, make sure you head over to YouTube. And for those of you who are on YouTube, once again, once this video is over with, all of the descriptions for all of the links or my socials will be down below. So Instagram, I'm going to end the live. Say bye. You guys see that flashing light? Oh, you guys, they took my camera away. Okay, so I just posted that. I don't know if it went through. Okay, so now that we are on YouTube, let me just make sure that my battery is charged and my phone. So this is a must-watch video. The only reason why I labeled it must-watch is because I just really quickly don't want to be on here too long, and I don't want to be here all day. So I'm gonna just get into the point. Something that I've had to realize about myself, and I want to give a big shout out to Street Poet. I'm not sure if she has a YouTube. I will find her Instagram and her Instagram. I will find her YouTube information and post it on here. But I posted her on my Instagram. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, make sure you guys are following Street Poet _1125. I'm big on support and giving people shout outs. What I'm here to say, and I'm giving her a shout out, and what I've had to realize is that we are no longer taking any false hope. So with that being said, let me move this light because it looks like I'm sweating, you guys, and it's the lighting. Okay. So we are not taking any false hope. I wrote down these notes, and like I said, I'm not making this video long because I have a lot of stuff to do today and just in life, but we're not going to be taking no more false hope. So shout out to Street Poets 1125. Like I said, hopefully I put that right in the video. I will tag her. So the reason why I'm starting off this video now, 10 million years later, is because we don't want any false hope. Now, of course, I know you're probably thinking, Ty, what do you mean by false hope? False hope is when somebody says something and they don't do it. And I know that sounds so simple, but that is so important. And the reason why I had to take notes, just how I suggest and advise information, you guys, I have mentors. My mentors have mentors. Another disclaimer, everybody needs everybody. So, another thing, number two, if you all are watching this, the second thing I want you to take note of first is no false hope. And number two is supporting the people who support you. You see how I just said that I'm going to give her a shout out? You see how I just sat here and I'm going to tag her? I give people credit. Support the people who support you. If Streets Poet 1125 is supporting me and making sure that I'm getting to where I need to be, I need to make sure I give her the same energy. That's what the no false hope is. Don't surround yourself from today because it's the last day of June. And one thing about me, one thing about TYI, you guys, is that I'm a FLY because I am TYI. But with that being said, because I'm gonna be fly, I'm gonna keep it moving because it's no false hope. Just support the people that support you. With that being said, if somebody says something and they do not do it, hold them accountable. I don't care if it's me, TYI, like how she said I'm FRE, how I just said I'm TYI and I'm FLY. Hold me accountable. Hold the people accountable in your life. If you have people in your life who are going to be there for you, or like she said, who think that are going to be there for you, make sure they do what they say when they say it the first time. Not the second time, not the third time, and not the fourth time. Because false hope is when you settle. False hope is when you settle. False hope is not having any consequences for your boundaries. And that's something, the reason why I'm looking at my notes is because usually I know what I want to say. This video is kind of random. Not kind of random, it's intentional. I needed to watch this video, but I'm processing the information. Like something about me, I like to process information as I receive it. Now, of course, how people choose to process information is for them. What I just said works for me. If it works for you, I suggest and advise it to you all. If not, it's just information that you perceive. And that's another reason why you don't want any false hope because potential. A lot of people could say, including myself, could say things and one, not mean it, as well as doing. And the reason why you don't want any false hope and you don't want to surround yourself with potential because potential is not real. Like, okay, I feel the energy shifting. I'm trying to go off of the notes, but at the same time, I'm a real person. I like to be natural. The way that she channeled was very intuitive. Like I'm learning how to get on that level. She's 47, you guys. I'm 25, so bear with me. But potential is not real. Potential is not real. Like, let's make that clear. Like she said, disclaimer, the type of life coach that I'm about to be, the way that I've been stepping, if Peter Piper picked a pickle pepper, with that being said, if I'm not for you, then that is fine. I wish you the best and luck. I'm not for everyone. I'm not supposed to be for everyone. I'm supposed to stand out. I'm supposed to be me. Whoever's going to be in my life, whoever's going to subscribe, whoever's going to support, we're going to be here for each other. We are not tolerating people who are settling for us. We're not going to sit here and speak highly of people who don't have the same energy for us. So the first thing I said when I finally did start this video was no false hope. So that goes with coworkers, that goes with friends, that goes with subscribers, that goes with neighbors, that goes with your mom, that goes with your brother, that goes with me. Cut off and remove and stand on it. Because here's the thing. I too, just like everybody else that's probably watching this at one point, was a child. And what I mean by that, a lot of people do not realize you are the purest and the most authentic as soon as you come out the womb. As you're in the womb physically, but that's a topic for another day. But when you are brought into the physical world as a child, you are most loving. You have to be taken away. You see, a lot of people, because like she said, all the BS, all the mass media, all this stuff that's been going on for a long time, enough is enough. And I'm here to tell the truth. I'm here to tell the truth. It's a lot of information that I know that I've never spoken on. I don't care. Because when you're honest, you don't have false hope. If I say I'm going to sit here and tell the truth and inform people, then I'm going to tell the truth and I'm going to stand on it. And however anybody wants to feel, have a nice day. You see this? Or I got a smiley face just for you, tatted. So with that being said, everyone is loving when they're brought into this world. Everyone has a sense of heart and pure. It's not until we're corrupted, it's not until chaos, but because we're no longer taking false hope, we're not settling. And tomorrow's July 1st. One thing about me that I like to stand on, and the reason why I came to YouTube with it and TikTok and now Instagram and all over is because you cannot shame people. You see, I have a past. Everyone here who's watching this also too has a past. The difference between me and the people watching is that I'm gonna express it. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna help like street poet 11_25. I think I'm saying that right. You got to be honest to do that. In order to free yourself, in order to heal yourself, you got to be honest. So you cannot settle. You can no longer surround yourself. You can no longer allow bullshit. You can no longer allow the lies. You can no longer allow making excuses from yourself. You're no longer going to be living in our past, all that shit. Anything from June 29th, 2022 is over with. It is 1:43 Eastern Standard Time. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday, July 1st, 2022. And that's how we're going to keep this video pushing. That's how we're going to keep this year pushing. That's how I've been moving. But you see, just like me, just like everybody else, everybody is trying to understand where they want to go. And there's no right or wrong way or specific time to say how and when you're going to get there. So, the other thing I'm going to suggest and advise after we realize that we're not taking a false hope is like I said, it's necessary to make yourself a priority. So when most people are loving and want to be nice for people that you knew in your past, you knew people for years, you had all these relationships, cut them off now. June 30th, 2022, remove those people. If you're not removing people, I'm gonna let you know now. Anybody who thinks they're gonna watch, you're being removed. You were being removed permanently. Tomorrow is July 1st. So with that being said, I don't do a New Year's new me. I do a new day, new who's this. Because every single day we evolve. In order for you to evolve, you got to mean what you say and we got to start applying ourselves. We have to apply what we say. We're not going to just say one thing and not do it. So if you don't think you can say what you mean, don't say it. And that's something Street Poet made me realize today, earlier this morning, when watching her live. Like everything that she's saying, you all, it hit me. And one thing about me, I don't suggest and advise information that I cannot hand out and take myself. And I'm going to repeat that. Anything that I suggest and advise to my subscribers, just how she was suggesting and advising, because once again, everybody everywhere needs somebody. And everybody everywhere is trying to figure out who the fuck they are and what they want to do with themselves. You got to realize that. And that's another thing I want to say. If people in your life are not willing to listen to understand you, because that's another thing that she talked about. People are intentionally going to go out their way to misunderstand you. What she brought up to today, and this is my whole purpose of making this video, is that one, people are aware of what they say and do. It's just like for me and Street Poet, and I'm a see if I can add her now as I'm doing this. Probably not because it's in the comments. But one thing she said is that for people, like I said, when you're brought into this world, everyone's loving and full of life. It's not until you grow older and as a child you experience trauma and you learn to be bitter and PTSD and all that, horrible, wicked stuff we experience that you no longer feel, you no longer want to give. So like if you were a beautiful person, you're a loving person, and then bad things happen to you and you never heal from that, that's how you're going to continue to live your life. And you see, when you are a loving person and you are just so full of life and you know that you don't want to stop giving life, you don't have any limits and you don't have any boundaries. And that's what I had to learn at 25. I'm 25 years old. Not today, I turned 20. I've been 25, but the age of 25, and I said that. I said last year that this year I was going to be on a whole different type of time. And I'm so glad that that was brought up to my attention because once I realized that I loved people more than they love themselves, and that it is not my job, and it never was my job because you see, everybody here wants to be loved. I don't care how angry, I don't care how miserable you are, I don't care who you are. You want to feel loved. You want to be appreciated. You do. We're not robots. But people act like robots and people want to be all stiff and hit the little Kim. Like, we're not robots. I'm not a robot. So No more limits. Have boundaries and make sure that they have consequences. Stop loving people, stop showing up for people, stop doing things for people when they know. Like, I'm 25, I'm every day I've been following, unfollowing people. I don't care who you are. I do not care who you are. There's nobody on this earth. I don't care who you are, unless you are the divines and you the people with the hocus pocus, and if you know, those are the only people that I gotta worry about. If you a vessel just like me, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you told me today that blah 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 blah, or I don't care. It needs to be mutual. It needs to be mutual, because the same way I pour into myself, like she says, the same way people need to start having, like, no more false hope. Stop surrounding yourself with people who are not worthy of your time. Something that I used to say that I used to not like saying was that people were less than or higher than. Now, I don't think people are less than or higher than, but there are certain people who have certain more experiences, and that's okay. So because it's okay for certain people to be more experienced, there's nothing wrong with standing on that. Me, I'm very well seasoned, freshly seasoned. The same way I cook is the same way I carry myself. And that's the same thing, like she said, you want for yourself and others. If people are not able to respect that from June 30th, even though for me it's every single day. So anybody come across this page, my block button, I've been blocking, there's some people that following me right now. I don't follow them back because I don't need false hope. Everybody everywhere who's been through life just like me, we've been through too much of our lives to sit here to keep doing the same shit. We keep doing the same shit. So if you don't want to move forward, if you're not serious about your healing, you're not serious about me, you are going to continue to live your life and you're going to get to where you need to be. And everyone who supported me, and everyone who's supporting themselves, because it's not me, it's not my channel, it's our channel. And I came up with our name. But of course, I need more of you all to be in the live. I need you all to interact more. That's why I took my page off private. So, we can address that. But in due time, because it's no rush, I'm not in any rush to get to anywhere other than the grave, because that's where I'm going. We need to slow down. We need to slow down. Okay. We need to have consequences with our boundaries. We need to not settle. And we need to start cutting people off the second, or anything or anybody, excuse me, who doesn't meet these standards. And I'm saying this now. There's some people that are subscribed to me. There's some people that I follow that I genuinely, supernaturally, their spirit, they don't know I'm able to read the energy. Like, I could read the energy. I'm reading the energy now. All that pretending and kikiing in my face, the reason why I let it slide is because I didn't pay you all no mind. Once your energy is brought up in the spirit, you're being unfollowed. Because I don't need the fake ass energy. I don't need the fake ass support. I don't need people just to watch me. If you are watching me, it's because you're here to heal yourself. Me and you both are psychotic in some way. Me and you both emotionally, mentally, financially, physically have been traumatized. We've been abused. We've been neglected. We've had some type of trauma happen to us, because that's the only reason why you're here. Other than physically what I look like, if you find me attractive, that's cool. Other than that, I don't care about that. I don't need someone telling me that they think I'm attractive. Okay. Yeah, you could be physically attractive, and yeah, that's nice, but it's more than how I look. And that's the same thing with you. So if your energy is not genuine, I'm unfollowing, I'm blocking people. There's a lot of people that I personally have been trying to be patient with, but it's like, y'all not gonna keep just watching me, because it's real people in real life going through real things. And right now, something that I've had to realize, because all of this is very much so, like, it's so much going on. It's so hard to, like, just even express. So like I've been telling you all, for those who have been following me, those who have been genuine, I've been doing what I've been saying. And that's all I need to say, and that's all I'm going to say on that, because that's all I can say. And if you know, when people say if you know, you know, that means you have to get it. It's an inside thing. And it doesn't have to be inside as in superior, but it means it's like internally. That's why people say if you know, you know. Something that you know of, something that you're secure of, confident, can stand on, you don't have to you don't have to speak. So, for example, a stop sign doesn't say stop. Like, it doesn't verbally express and tells you to stop. It shows you to stop physically on a sign. We look at the word stop out loud and we recognize that that's what it says, but that stop sign isn't speaking to you. It's a physical, I think, a octagon or a hexagon. I don't know my shapes, y'all. I haven't been to school in a long time. And it says stop. And that's the same thing when it comes to us. So no more settling, no more needing to have the need to sit here to be everything for everybody. That's something I'm so glad that she brought it up to me. Now, at the age of 25, I can now slap myself in the face and say, wow, like for me, like I said, everybody has a story. I'm the reason why I'm vocalizing my story is because, like I said, I know who I am specifically. And that's another reason why I'm here specifically and strategically. Okay. Nothing in life is accidental or coincidental or whatever people, everything is planned. And I'm gonna tell you guys the biggest secret that the world and the media and that they don't reason why they don't want you to know that is because if people knew that they could plan their lives and that depression and anxiety is all a form of illusions, people would not have to spend money in the medicine field or whatever it's called, the pharmacy or whatever it's called, and get prescribed or like, I just want people to start questioning themselves. And like she said, make it necessary. Like, all we're going to be focusing on for today, I want you all, anybody watching this, is yourself. If anybody around you has a problem with you trying to get yourself together, cut them off. Cut them off. Cut them off. I personally, I've done a lot of things and I've had a lot of people try to question me. I'm letting you know right now. I have not been attached to a nothing in a long time. Only thing I'm holding on to is the the air, literally. And if y'all know, because there's no walls outside. So I don't have no patience. I'm not supposed to have patience. I'm not even supposed to be attached. So if the people around you get upset with you setting boundaries for yourself, you need to remove these people. They're not for you. And from this day, because tomorrow is a new month. And that's another thing. It's already July 1st, 2000. It's already 7 months into the new year. And once again, for those of you who may not have noticed, the pandemic, spoiler alert, because like I said, I'm here to be honest, and I don't care. I'm really tired of being here. I'm really tired of being here. So since I'm tired of being here, I'm getting fed up. The whole reason for the pandemic for a lot of you people was to realize that time is not real, that we as individual people, if you live in America, need to individually heal ourselves and stop allowing, as a whole, as a community, the government and the rest of the world to dictate how we are and feel. If you're not able to realize that time is going by and all this stuff that's been happening, the world is never going to be the same. It never was the same when it started. It's not going to end that way. But the pandemic, we have resources. For those of you who may be over the age of 40, anybody who's considered to be millennial or Gen Z, and you have a platform like myself, once again, I'm on YouTube, the entire net. This is, what is this? A screen? I'm on FaceTime camera. Up, like, do people realize what the internet is? It is 2000, and I want y'all to hear that. It is 2022. Did you think 2022 would exist 2 years ago in a pandemic? No, you didn't. So now that it's now June 30th, the last day in June, which means it's already been 6 months into the year. Tomorrow is going to start off a new year in a new year. I mean, a new month, excuse me, going into the new year. Like, all that old weight, all that dead stuff, all literally the past is in the past. And that's how we got to keep it moving, like, permanently. It's something I want to get and something I've realized because I'm realizing how I need to go about with this. Because one thing about me, I'm now really understanding who I am. I thought I knew, and that's just like you all. As I learn, you all are going to grow with me. Same thing with my mentors. As they grow, my mentor is 47. I think she's 47 years old. Don't allow your age to define you. I just turned 25. Do not, and that's another thing I want to say too. Do not look at me. Do not look at mentors. Do not look at people in places in their lives and feel discouraged. That's another thing. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I really want to say, but I have to. One thing I've learned, shout out to Akil BCR, I got to do it in order. I got to do it in order. So as I'm working on myself, the information could flow. Like, I know how to channel. That's why I started my TikTok. My goal eventually, once I gain 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to start doing readings on TikTok. So disclaimer, is not going to be traditional tarot hoodoo. Yes, I am a hoodooist. I will be very specific. I just say spiritual teachings because that word could be taken however, but I plan on doing the readings so eventually we could all catch ourselves up and we could all get on the same pace. But until we get there, as I've been doing last year and this year, just keeping it in order. So I want to say thank you because I don't want to keep this video too much longer. I am going to be doing 2 more videos today. I said what I needed to say, but for the most part, just for this first video, because it's levels to this, like I said. Number one thing I want you all to take from this video is no more, what did I write down? No more false hope. No more false hope. Not from me, not from you, not from your dog, not from your neighbor, not from anybody. Because another thing which I need to write down, or I wrote down, that I'm now realizing that I wanted to address is that, what did I say? Oh, okay. I had to read my notes because I take notes. You gotta treat yourself like you treat your job. And drops pen. I don't know if y'all could drops pen. Drops pen. Like, you need to treat yourself like you treat your job. And I know you're probably thinking, I don't like my job. Okay. And that's how I'm gonna end off this video because the stuff, the information, one thing for sure, two things for certain. When you know something, say it with your chest. Say it with your, and I'm hitting my chest like that because I could take, that's how I hit in real life. Not saying I would just, want to fight y'all. I could take that. I could take that. Okay. And I want y'all to take that. I'm just so excited. And yeah, like, I've had enough. And I know you all had enough. Like, I've had enough and I'm tired. And when you're tired, this is how I really know that I have to move. I'm being forced. Okay. When you get so tired of your shit, bruh, you're just gonna be like, enough is enough. That's how you know you're tired. That's how you know that, okay, I gotta get up. Like, I've been through a lot of traumatic situations. I've been through a lot of things in my life, and I'm gonna continue to go through a lot of things in my life. But it's how I'm choosing to handle these things in life. Because unfortunately, until I physically am not here to transition, where am I gonna go? In the goal, the reason why I created this safe place, reason why I created this the platform for you all, is so you don't kill yourself or kill other people. That's the problem. We got people killing other people or killing ourselves. We don't need to have any more bodies killing themselves, and we don't need any more bodies killing other people. Like, it's a lot in this world that a lot of people may or may not understand, and there's nothing wrong with that. One thing I just want to suggest and advise is that if you're not taking the time to understand on how you could become better or how to get better, nothing is going to change. And it is a choice. Now, of course, it's not until we as people get to certain points of our lives and we are aware. Like, when you're children, yeah, I'm pretty sure you did certain things. Your parents or your guardians, regardless if they were right or wrong, tried to discipline you in the best way that they knew. Like I said, I'm not justifying it because it's a lot of people want to sit here, oh, that's a narcissist, that's a toxic. Everybody's a narcissist. Everybody can be toxic. Everybody is psychotic, including me. Okay? Okay? Everyone. So you what I want to like just suggest and advise is just really just being aware of that and accepting that, because it's like, once again, as children you got discipline, you didn't know no better, but as you grow older you can't sit here and say, well, I'm a child, or that's just how it was. You're making excuses. Like, and that's something, like I said, one thing about me, I'm not going to be hypocritical about the information I give to you all, because how am I giving an advice I don't take? And I know it's a lot of people who like to suggest and advise information they don't take. And you could tell. You could tell if people take the information they give based off of, and if y'all don't believe what I just said what I said and that's it. And so far, for me though, I'm not gonna lie, because I have been growing since I've had certain things in my life happen to me. I have been holding myself accountable. And that's another reason why I talk the way that I do, because I do show up. I am showing up. I am on live right now. And I am posting this video. And I've posted videos before and I'm going to continue. But everyone is not me. And something like two I've had to realize with the no false hope and the settling is that when you do not have limits for yourself, you won't let people do and come in and out your life, and you don't need that. You do not deserve false hope. You don't deserve fake ass relationships, whether it's your mom, your dad, your brother, your mentors. You don't need to be in environments that are not helping you, that are not growing you, that are not making you feel better. Now, of course, if you're in a situation like myself and you're uncomfortable and you have the option to be comfortable, you got to do something about it. Because if not, you're going to sit there and stay there. And the longer you sit, bruh, the longer you sit there, the harder it. And I'm telling y'all, like, for me, and this is confirmation, come through spirit. My father passed away in 2017. It wasn't until last year, and now I guess this year, because I'm now saying it for some reason, June 30th, 2022, I'm now um mentally and emotionally accepting that. That happened almost 4 years. It's been almost 4 years. My father passed away. And for those of you who may not know, because I speak of him, for those of you who may or may not know, depending on if you're coming in the chat or when you watch this, I grew up with both of my parents, and I was very fortunate to have my father, who was a working class man, a middle class immigrant, to be in my life. And because I had a working class parent who was an immigrant, who was in my life, I had a relationship with him. Now, of course, my parents, and just like everybody else, are regular people. They're not perfect. And if you are foreign or immigrant descent, you know that depending on how you're raised, if they had to come here, they didn't grow up with the finest things. Like my father, the way he was raised, he had, I think, 9 or 10, 11 siblings. I don't know, and I don't know now because he's gone. But like, I had a really close relationship with him. Long story short, right before he passed away, my father got sick. My parents ended up separating. I ended up moving. A lot of things went with that. And from him separating, from him getting sick, he passed away. I was not able to speak to him before he passed away. And okay, because see how I'm talking about this? It's so important to talk about how you feel, because as I'm talking about this, I can feel the trauma in my body. And like I said, 5 years now, 4 or 5 years, that emotionally, because for those of you who know, we have a lot of emotions inside of our body. Unfortunately, we're not our physical body. I tell you guys that all the time. And me right now, of course, I'm on my menstrual cycle. So right now, I'm going through a lot of emotions. And as I'm going through these emotions, I'm realizing where that is. So I just want to randomly say this, you guys. If you feel if you're suffering from PTSD, like how I'm suffering from PTSD, because it was traumatic for me to lose my father the way that I did, realize where you are with your emotions and pause. So, like, as I was speaking, I just caught myself and I felt myself about to cry. The reason why I felt like I was about to cry is because I did not express myself. Hello, greetings from Germany. Hello to Dr. Monk 1832. How are you doing? Greetings. What time is it there in Germany? But randomly, you guys, when you catch yourself in your trauma, it's 8:04. Okay, so good evening. When you catch yourself in your trauma, I want you to do, if you can do what I just did, stop. Even though I was talking about information, I know what I was saying. Stop. It is that serious. Like, until you address what is bothering, like until I was able to stop and realize that I was about to cry, I get upset talking about my dad passing because how he affected me. And right now, physically now, I could feel myself wanting to cry. But where I'm at right now, that's the difference between the past, the present, and the future. And that's another reason why I'm here. Okay. For those of you who are now joining the chat, I'm just going to say a vessel, but I am a hoodoo, spiritual, intuitive, whatever, divine feminine. And I'm here for the collective. The cat's out the bag. I used to say I was a magician. I used to say I'm an alchemist. For those of you who know, that's the type of time I'm on. So with that being said, how I'm going through a lot right now, you all are going through a lot right now. We don't have time for false hope. And in order for us to do that, we have to be honest. So like if I have to sit here right now and get it out because tomorrow's gonna be July 1st, it's gonna be a new day, then that's what I need to do. And once again, anything I say to you all, I want you all to do for yourself because it doesn't make sense for me to suggest and advise information if one, I'm not applying it, it's not useful, or it's not informative. This is not a podcast. What I'm doing, what street poet is doing for the people who, it doesn't matter your culture, your race, it doesn't matter. If you know what's going on, if you know that we are the earth, that there is no earth because we are the earth, then you know that we don't have time for any boundaries. We don't have time for inconsistency. We don't have time to not be healed. So we have to heal ourselves. So if I have to, like I said, you heal yourself inward. For those of you who are aware of your spirit and that you are a spirit, heal yourself internally. All that trauma that you have is internal. All the trauma that I have, me not talking about my dad's death, that's something I need to let out. He is no longer in my life. And right here, right now, if I need to start crying and I need to explode, so what? I'm trying my best to keep myself together because honestly, I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, but I don't like to cry on the internet. Like I've cried before because like I said, I've been triggered and that's something I've been aware of. Like I've had PTSD and I'm as a life coach, I want to be a real person and show you all real emotion. Like everybody, everywhere, life coaches, football players, everybody has experienced trauma because the world has been set up to be traumatic. What is the meaning of the tattoo which looks like the Chinese? This one right here, it says beautiful because that's what I feel. So understand that everybody everywhere is going through life, but until if you are not honest with yourself, and that's another thing, no false hope, and stop lying. You're lying to yourself. You guys, another thing about me, once again, how I'm talking about my dad. I was really close to my dad. My dad is the reason why I'm becoming this person. My dad is one of the people out of the five people or three people that I have in my life or was in my life to help me to realize this. I care about myself. I'm really going to heal because one, this earth that we have, like I said, I think it's very ghetto. If you know, you know. I'm a fairy, and if you know, you know. There's fairies, there are dragonflies, there are mermaids. There are a whole bunch of stuff in this world that a lot of people don't know nothing about. And like I said, I'm here to tell the truth. I'm not scared. I do practice hoodoo. So with that being said, take that how you need to, not voodoo. For those of you who don't know the difference, like a lot of people don't know their history, a lot of people don't know who they are. I can't go back in time. I can't, So with that being said, we are going to be moving forward. You do not you do not only feel beautiful, you are. Thank you very much. I wish I had a picture of you, D Monk, 1832, but it does not show up. I can see if probably I can go to your page, Doctor. But thank you very much. It's very nice of you. And I want everyone to know you all are beautiful too. Like beauty, of course, could be in the physical, but to me, this is just perspective. You guys could take this how you need to. I think what makes someone beautiful is their spirit. So, for example, this is a wig. This is just not my hair. Okay. If I take this wig off, am I still beautiful? If I lose my teeth, am I still beautiful? Now, of course, I'm not saying that being physically attractive is not relevant to people because a lot of people fail to realize when you don't know people, that's why to me, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. Like you see my face, my opinions and the facts that I try to give, I try to keep them separate because my opinions, if you think the factual information is something, my opinions are very personal. But how I just said that, and let me keep it factual, you have no choice but to physically look at someone when unless you're blind, of course. And this is why I tell people, looks should not matter, opinion, of course. But the fact I do be trying to give you guys some facts with it is because physically, when you meet someone, like I said, you don't know what else to go off of other than, until you start hearing them speak. Like me, people look at me. I have a lot of tattoos. I look a certain type of way, and then I start talking, and people are like, this bitch is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's okay because I know that how I look is just the image. There is no picture of me. Oh, are you a? Make sure you're not a robot. Are you a robot? Because if you're a robot, you gotta get blocked. Okay. We don't do no robots. We don't do ops, you guys. I don't have ops in real life, and that's another thing I want to say. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about this in this video, but for anyone supporting me, anything I'm coming on here, like I said, I don't want to be hypocritical and I'm gonna be honest. Y'all don't have ops. Y'all don't like yourselves. And because once again, you don't know who you are, you finding you in another person thinking it's somebody else. No, I'm not a robot. Okay, let's just make sure you're not a robot. And once again, my sense of humor, you guys, before I became this fairy ball dusted of light, I want everyone to know I was in a very, 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 very dark place. You guys seen that video? Y'all seen that video? But no, for real, that needs to be said because the demons and the spirits, a lot of people don't know nothing about. I do very much so, and I'm like I said, I'm not afraid of none of this stuff because first of all, we can't go nowhere because that's the thing. It's 2022. It is the year 2022, and people are starting to realize that outside is the earth. A lot of people, and what I mean by that, like for those of you who don't pay attention or may not know how, I want you to start like just looking at nature. And you don't have to go outside and meditate, but I want you all to start like looking outside, like literally staring into space. You don't have to stare into space for like a long time, but if you pay attention, you will realize that you see the clouds moving. And once again, that can sound so simple, but for those of people who live in the physical, which means you allow physical body to cloud your judgment, you would just think, yeah, the clouds are moving. If you a supernatural being and you know that the clouds are moving, you know that the rest of the world is a magical place. So with that being said, we're not going to have any false hope. We're not going to be stressing ourselves out because what is there to stress over? Anxiety and depression is a form of an illusion. What I'm triggered about, my dad is dead. And that's another thing. I'm gonna be like Street Poet said, how I used to sit here and sugarcoat. It's a lot of things that I used to sugarcoat and I used to say because I wanted to tiptoe. I'm letting everyone know now. The type of life coach I'm looking for people who really want to heal, who are really struggling, who are really going through real shit that nobody wants to really talk about, and I'm really gonna talk about it. Anybody who wants to support me, you're not going to be responsible or suicide. I don't care if you wanted to kill yourself today. If you're in my life, absolutely not. I'm not here to say what you want to hear, and I'm gonna let you know. I'm saying some real, very transparent. And if you need facts, guess what? I'll write a book, read it to you, and then let you buy it, and then you could tell me because that's what people. That's the difference. There's no difference. I want everyone to know that. Stop allowing people, places, and things, even myself. That's the purpose of discernment. Like how I just said, the clouds are spinning. We need to be on the movement, just like the world. A lot of people don't even realize that the world is very a magical place. There are no such thing as conspiracy theories because everything that anybody says, whether it's right or wrong, is real. How we all live underneath the same sun and the same moon, and you got people talking about things in the water, and you got, oh, it's fake. What do you think a shark is? What do you think fishes are? You got fishes, you got turtles, you got what's another animal in the sea creature? You got all these creatures that been here, that are still here, that are highly intuitive, and you want to tell someone it's not true just because you refuse to believe it. It's a choice. Just like healing, it's a choice. Just like being on this page, it's a choice. So I want everyone to keep that in mind. No more false hope. It is a choice. That's the same thing that goes with me. It is a choice to heal myself. It's a choice to be honest. It's a choice to talk about truth. It's a choice to not settle. It's a choice to have boundaries. It's a choice. Life is about choices. It's a choice to watch this video. It was a choice for me to make this video. It was a choice for you to like this video. It was a choice for you to watch this video. So, with that being said, no more false hope. When we set boundaries, they're having consequences. We're educating ourselves, we're healing ourselves, and we're dealing with our trauma. If you're not wanting to heal yourself, if you're not wanting to deal with your trauma, if you're not wanting to set boundaries and have consequences, and you want to settle, I'm unfollowing you or I will block you. That is it, and that is all. Because where I need to be is not in the past. I've been in the past for too long to know that it's not going to change. It doesn't change. It doesn't change unless I change. Why? Because the clouds are going to keep spinning every single day. Every single day, they're going to keep spinning until, of course, physically you're no longer here and you won't be able to see them. But until that day happens, all we can do is continue to work on ourselves. All I want to suggest and advise is that you continue to show up for yourself. It's something that I've had to realize and something that I'm grateful for Street Poet, and that something I've been learning and paying attention from mentors and just people in general is actually holding yourself accountable every single day. Not just when you watch this video or not just when you see something in the moment, like every single day. And that's something I am going to make sure that I install in myself as well as you all. So I will be going live later today again. It is now 2:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm gonna go on my Instagram, my live, my Twitter and TikTok, and I'm gonna post a poll. I'm gonna ask you all what time you guys would prefer. So make sure that if you're following me and you want to support me, that you're active because I have a personal page where it's like if you want to get to know me personally, you can follow me on my personal page. This is something that I take very serious and I need to continue to do that. So if you are going to be a supporter, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and post your vote on what time you think I should come back. If not, I'm going to be having it set though. Definitely going to have it set. And I'm just, my bad, you guys. I am on my phone right now. I'm just trying to make sure I set a timer. But yeah, I'm unfollowing people. I am blocking people. I don't want anybody from my past. And something I've realized that I want to suggest and advise is that you can fall out with people and you can end things, but it doesn't have to be negatively. So as of right now, I don't have anybody in my life that I would consider a friend. I have associates and I have subscribers, and then I have people that I'm getting to know. So, for example, there are some of my subscribers that I'm getting to know. So, I would consider them associate, and those are people that I would like to have. But anybody that says that they know of me, that's exactly what they are saying. And that's the same thing for you all. That's the same thing for me. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm just talk to Ty and I'm finna act like I am a cult leader. No, I'm not part of the Illuminati. I don't need to sit here and try to get people like that. That's what they do. Okay. But because I'm a real person, I'm allowed to feel the way that I do. And because I am a real person, I feel the way that I do. Anybody, once again, that I would want to feel for myself, I can't feel for other people, but the people that I surround myself with, it is an option. It is a choice. I've had to learn how to pick the people in my life wiser because just like me, and just like the people we birth, we both were not shit. A lot of people don't want to be honest and not talk about that. Like that's I'm gonna let y'all know now. I'm a life coach. I'm gonna be honest. 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 I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of stuff. I have no reason to be afraid or scared of. And that's another thing. When you tell people your business, because people like to, I don't know why people get so excited to repeat your business back like you didn't tell them. Like anybody I ever told my business to, bro, I was venting. I was depressed. I never had a therapist. I've only been to a therapist one time. I had to heal myself somehow, some way. So anybody who knows anything about you, don't let them try to shame you. Like I tell people my business all the time, good and bad, and people have told my business good and bad. What other people think about you is not your business anyway. So if people are going to talk about you, let them. The people that used to know me, if they want to talk about me, let them. The only people I'm worried about talking about me is the people who are talking to me. So if you're not talking to me, you're talking about me. If you're not talking uh, about me, you're talking for me. Like we're working together. So it's just like keep that in mind. But I think I'm probably gonna go around 5 p.m. I'm just gonna make the thumbnail really quickly and I'm gonna end this video. But if you guys have any questions, concerns, like I said, make sure to follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and Instagram. All of the information will be down in the description box below. I did just make a TikTok, and because I am growing my other platforms. I guess I'm gonna talk about that in another video. So let me just make this thumbnail. I'm gonna end off this video. I'm gonna say thank you all for subscribing. Make sure if you like this video, thumbs up it. If you dislike it, let me know. Cause that's the thing. Even if you dislike a video, you could tell me why if you're here. Cause it's like make time for what makes time for you. Like don't be going out your way to like people posts and statuses if they're not willing to do the same for you. That's why me, I'm finna block all of y'all and I don't care. I don't care. I don't. Like it's not fair to people who actually are genuine to be genuine to people who don't deserve it. Everyone doesn't deserve your energy. And it's necessary. I'm going to be there for people who deserve it. I love everybody entirely too much to the point that they forgot and that I forgot. So, with that being said, we're going to love the people who love us. Don't hate on nobody because the people that think that you think that are hating on you, they are obsessed with you. Okay, people are going to be obsessed with you, especially if you know who you are and you physically, I guess, are attractive. People are going to be obsessed with you because that's how people are with me. And they don't realize that you never want to give nobody that much power or attention. And I too used to have to learn from that. Okay, like I literally all my exes except for one, Reggie Briscoe. I just said his name. He's the only person I speak highly of. Reginald, if you're watching this, okay. Other than Reggie, you guys never in my life when it comes to relationships experience that. Don't ever love someone more than they love themselves because you will lose yourself. I lost myself financially, emotionally, physically, supernaturally, like just all over the place, lost myself because I love somebody. I love somebody's son. She knows who she is. I ain't gonna say their names because that's another thing. When you follow people, you don't gotta talk about their business. But I'm saying this because I'm saying it to say I'm not gossiping. Like if you talking about something, you talk about it to address it. Don't say names. Don't be messy. I'm not saying nobody's names other than the people I speak highly of. So Doris Blue, Reggie Briscoe. If I say your name, it's because I'm saying something highly. If I don't say your name, okay, and they can say the same thing about me. But just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. You never want to love yourself more than you love other people. Like me personally, I love myself now that the people that I used to love more than me, I still I want them to do well, of course. Because I've never been the type of friend, and I never will be a hater. I may, say things that are, may not be appropriate or the best because everybody in life is allowed to feel the way they do. But me, because I am turning 25 and I am at that point in my life, I realize I don't even need to speak on certain things anymore. So a lot of people who love you, show up for the people who want to be there for you, and don't allow anybody, like I said, to make you feel less than. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now. I will be back probably around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know that tomorrow is a new month. So the content that I'm going to be doing is going to be different. I'm going to be talking that on my other video because this video now is an hour and I didn't want it to be. So I'm going to put the timer on so it can end an odd, even number. So thank you guys so much for joining in and out the chat. I'm gonna make the thumbnail afterwards. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys are following me on my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Time_Guidance. And I will be back 5 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, you guys, remember no more false